Yo, yo, what's going on, fam? It's your boy Ace Anderson, the modern Renaissance man, actor, rapper, producer, all of the above. That's why they call me Ace of all trades, the modern Renaissance man. And it's Monday, y'all. It's Monday. So we are back for another live session. And a lot has transpired in the last week, y'all. Things move pretty fast in the land of Ace, and so um, I'm really excited about a lot of the moves that we've been making, and um, yeah, man, God is good. That's all I gotta say. That's the main thing that I gotta say. God is good. To really be able to have allowed me to, first of all, thank you all for your prayers. It's been truly a blessing to have and see so many people who are supportive of me, of my marriage, of things, things working out for me. And so I have a little bit of an update on that. And I'm really grateful right now, just for how things are moving forward, to say the least. And it just feels like so much can happen even in just one week. And so I'm really I really am grateful for the I'm grateful for the love and the support from y'all. So yeah, man, this week I'd say has has honestly taught me a lot. My I'm sorry. Let me just shift some things. I gotta add, make sure folks on TikTok is able to watch. But but yeah, man, I do my best when I do these live streams to make sure that I am being as authentic and transparent as possible. Oops, I'm like trying to move this and it's moving my camera. Yeah, I'm doing my best to make sure I'm being authentic and as transparent as possible, and but also being able to be uh, to be real, to be I don't want to be a downer. Like I love the aspect of my brand that is comedy, and I love that I can be show some comedic have some comedic relief and whatnot, and not always feel like it has to be super serious. Um, but also I don't want it to be I don't want it to be fake. I never want to be like I'm pretending or anything like that. And so, um, and I know on social media we often see only what people want you to see, right? They want you to see the good stuff, and that's natural. Like for people to want you to see you being positive, and you're gonna post things that are good when positive things happen. And that's not to say like you should only post when negative things happen either, but it is important to have um, I think just a wide array, show the real, like show things as they happen and as they occur. And I think that that's much more important than um, than anything, than rather than trying to cater one thing. Like yes, you should pick a niche and stick to that, but you also should be authentic. You should be real. You should show, like, I think show the mistakes, show the mess ups, and even in line with what you do. Like when I make comedy videos, like trying to show the behind the scenes, or part of my being authentic is doing these live streams so that y'all just kind of see a little bit more of my genuine personality, um, rather than just seeing so you could get to know me rather than just seeing these very curated comedic posts. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, that's just important for me, and I don't know. Um, how do y'all feel about that? How do you feel? How you guys feel about people showing their authentic selves, or being genuine on IG or on social media? Um, I am, in a place, with me and my wife, we are deciding that what is best for us moving forward is to just focus on friendship, more than anything else. Really, really get down to what what made us attracted to each other in the beginning, and that really was us having a friendship. And I think, in any relationship, that sometimes you can get into the trap of labeling, and when you get into that trap, it can really be dangerous because you feel like you have to now fit into this particular box, or the person that you're with, your partner, has to now be this idea. And anytime they fall short of that idea of what you think that they should be, then you have a problem, and things are deregulated. And so I think that it's really important for couples to maintain an understanding of true love from the perspective of, I don't know you, but I like your vibe. Like that's how it started. I don't know you, but I really like your vibe. I like talking to you. I like hanging out with you. I like seeing you smile. I love the energy that I experience when I'm around you. And that's really it. I like your vibe. I enjoy your swag. I enjoy who you are, and that's really the core of it. And I feel like in my relationship, and in many relationships, I feel like we've kind of forgotten that a little bit, right? And then it becomes easy to base everything about this person that you feel on their history, right? Like on the history, how things you've said to me or things you've done to me, and now I'm kind of keeping a catalog of reasons why I like you, when really the core, the thing that got us together was the vibe, the energy that I felt from the beginning, that said, like, I really like you, and I don't care about your past. I don't care really about what you've done. I just care, like, about you in general, and I love being around you. I love the energy that I feel around you, and I love it when you smile. I love it when you're in a good space. And so it's, I think, really, really special when you can find that and understand that that is the most important aspect of a relationship. And so, for me and G, I think we're just like, we forgot a little bit. We forgot that we we actually are friends. We're friends first, and you put less weight on your friends than you put on your relationships. And that's why, like, friendships, you don't really break up with. Oh, oh, we lost the light. But let me turn this up. Lost a little bit of light over here, y'all. And you don't really break up with your friends. And you don't end things in that same way. You just, your friendships just sort of evolve, right, as you evolve. But those real friends, you could go weeks, months, years even without ever talking to each other, and then when you get right back together, it's like, yeah, y'all just hung out yesterday. And those are the types of friendships that are really the ones you want to have. And I feel like a marriage should emulate that, should have that same vibe. When you meet somebody and you want to, like, Valentine's Day coming up, and I know everybody wants to focus on the romance and relationships and kissing and going out on dates and all of that stuff. But really, the long lasting stuff, like the long lasting energy, is like the type of energy that you have with your friends. And, you can maintain that energy. Like, I just love the vibe. Like, we have silly inside jokes, and we can just go do stuff together without the pressure of, you need to be this particular way. Why is this cat yelling? And, like, without that same type of pressure of, oh, you gotta be this way, and how come you wasn't holding my hand, and how come you didn't hold the door for me, and blah blah blah. Like, all of that stuff, that is so surface level, like, right? Like, and when it comes to your friends, like, sometimes you'll just do that stuff just because, like, you don't have the pressure to do that stuff. And so I think at the core of it, like, recognizing how, what are the characteristics for you of a friend, and how can you maintain that and uplift that, and hold on to that. That's the thing that you really want to, you really want to focus on. And so for me, I'm really excited about this next chapter. Thank you for everybody that gave their prayers. Last week I talked a little bit about how the devil kind of comes after you when you start deciding that you really want to do something, and you want to be successful. As soon as you start saying, yo, I want to be successful, I'm gonna make mad money, I'm gonna do XYZ, it's like the devil just comes for you. And it's really true, man. It really is true that it just, like, he just starts throwing everything, even the kitchen sink at you. And and it's really up to you to maintain this level of peace. Maintain the fruit of the spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. And that's just so important to have. And so um, I've been doing my best to maintain that, and as I have, I've seen the benefits of it. You know, Seeing how being in a situation where um, I can truly feel empowered when I'm not seeking. Hey man, stop, go away. Where I'm not seeking empowerment, or I'm not seeking validation from my partner, from anybody else. But I think it's really dangerous when you seek validation in your partner, because if they don't, because they're human, if they don't validate you, which inevitably will happen, then your whole world crumbles. And I think that in a lot of ways is, something that was kind of happening for me, where, everything that I do, I was seeking approval, seeking validation, and are you okay with what I'm doing? Are you okay with what I'm saying? And to some degree, it's because you want that person's respect. But when it starts to become, seeking validation, I think is really, really dangerous, because one, it's not sustainable for your validation to only be upheld by another person. And two, it if you don't ever get it, you will do things that you're not proud of. You'll say things that you're not proud of, and because you feel lost and you feel like your back is against the wall, and in a lot of ways, like there was lots of times where I felt stop, man. There was lots of times where I felt misunderstood, and it's like I'm in a foreign country and I can't speak the language, and everybody thinks I'm a criminal, and that to me was really, really, that was really, really a lot for me to bear, because you know I was looking for just understanding, and it was actually my mom who helped me realize that the only validation that I need is within myself, and that's been really, really helpful. Like I've been seeing a lot. I saw so many signs of that. Like I have this app called I Am that is like a meditation affirmation app, and so it always pops up. And one time, we were getting into an argument, and this thing popped up. The only validation I need is within myself, and I was like, wow. That is really, it really hit me. And like, I heard my mom say it, and I heard a couple, I think I read a book or something that was like talking about that, and I started to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna practice. I'm just gonna practice that as much as I can. I'm gonna practice recognizing that the only validation that I need is within myself. And as I've been doing that, it's been really, really powerful. And so I appreciate anybody who was, on that wave, who gave those words of encouragement. A lot of people talked about going to therapy. Gabrielle and I have been going to therapy for over a year and a half together regularly, and not because things are bad, just because it's very important that you should go to therapy as a couple, and be able to address certain things, and and that is to also say that that is to also say that therapy isn't the only thing you should be doing. Like there's still work that has to be done on the relationship and in other ways. And so yeah, I appreciate everybody saying that, but just because you're going to therapy doesn't mean that the and these cats fighting, bro. So annoying. But yeah, just because you're going to therapy doesn't mean that it's gonna fix everything, and everything's just gonna work out. And so that's kind of what I was experiencing. That's what we were experiencing, and so it's been a little bit of a challenge. In other ways, there's just a lot going on, and another thing is that we spend a lot of time together. We spend a lot of time together, much more than what most couples spend. I'd be curious about how much, like I'd be curious. I feel like if we averaged out, or we got the standard of like couples that have been together for a long time and how much time they spend together, I'm sure we'd be at the top of the list. Like I'm like 100% positive that we'd be at the top of the list. We spend a lot of time together. We work together. We live together. We eat together. We cook together so much, and we share businesses and stuff, and so it's um it's a lot. It's a lot of upkeep, to maintain something like that, and to have a relationship where you know, you're constantly on top of each other. And I don't think it's the healthiest thing. And so that's another aspect of something that we're focusing on is spending time apart. Not feeling like we have to be together. If you do a project in another city, like, I don't have to go. And that's not how we've been operating in the past, which is wild. So that's something that we've been doing, which has been really helpful. And so I'm excited about the future. Oops. So I'm excited about what I believe this will yield, for us. And so, I really appreciate y'all's support. And I'm excited for where we're at. I've been, getting the time that I've spent by myself. I've been able to use it to really do a lot of good work. Make a lot of good groundwork on this plan that I've charted out to make my first million this year. And I actually have two ideas that I think will be highly lucrative. Both legal. They're all legal. But I think it's a really good, business venture that provides value to you as a consumer, and also will allow me to step my game up to building this empire that I want to build. Um, and you can't hear anything. What? Don't tell me I've been talking this whole time and y'all can't hear. Um, so hopefully, please let me know if y'all can hear, because if y'all can't hear, that's a problem. Um, but yeah, I've been working on building this thing, and it's important to me that that I provide value to my fans, my followers, and create something that really is gonna help you. Um, and I think that's the wave that we're on, and focusing a little bit on health and wellness, and growth. Thank you for the likes and the love, y'all. Make sure to like and share. Follow me on all social media platforms. Um, but yeah, man, it's really important for me, to give y'all that, because I think that that's really what's gonna make a huge difference. And we're also making some films. I'm working on Blackout. Check out Blackout. It's if you go to thestripedheart.com, you can see a little bit of synopsis. And we're gonna start a crowdfunding campaign pretty soon to start raising money for that film. And the film is a little bit about a man who it's about mental health, and a man who's why hey man, these cats, bro. um yeah, it's about mental health, and seeking help and getting help. And so, can see that you're watching too. So um yeah, uh it's about that, but it's a horror slash thriller film. And it's my first time, like, kind of exploring this genre. I don't watch scary movies, y'all. So it's a little bit of a stretch for me. It's been a challenge to really make it happen and make it pop the way I want to. But So far, so great. Honestly, it's really looking good, um, and so stop, man. So it's really looking good, um, and I'm excited for that. So, uh, yeah, yeah. I wanted to talk. I made a couple of different discoveries too, you know, with my relationship, with my, through spending some time alone and having some opportunity to pray and to meditate. I've discovered some aspects of myself that have been very powerful. I realized that one, like I no longer want to be, um, I no longer want to operate. I never want to be angry, you know. And if I do ever, I know I'm human, and so it's possible to be angry and upset, but I wish to channel all of that emotional energy into my work, into my art, my craft, into my exercise, going to capoeira. Um, that's really important to me. Um, so that's something that I've been doing, but I started to understand. I was meditating a little bit on the forbidden fruit, and I feel like for a long time I've been trying to understand exactly what it means, and something like really spoke to me that was like the focusing on living in the present, right? Like experiencing the present and knowing myself, and um because everything, like the only thing you really have is the present, and the present is eternal. And I want to experience joy and light and positivity through the present moment. And so as I was meditating on this. Oh my goodness, hold on, yeah, hold on. My bad, y'all. um these dang cats, bro. um so as I was meditating on, what it means, what does the forbidden fruit mean? I realized that the forbidden fruit is actually whatever takes you out of the present, whatever takes you out of the Garden of Eden. Because, like, in the present, you have everything you need. In the Garden of Eden, you have everything that you need. You have everything that you require to live a good, healthy life. And when you consume the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, one, you are you make the assumption that you don't understand, you don't have knowledge of good and evil. And so um and what's going on, chicken and the egg, that's funny. um yeah, you don't you're basically making the assumption that you don't understand knowledge, you don't understand good and evil, and you are making the assumption that you need more than what you have. And when you have everything, what you have is the present moment, and the present is always, everything is always working out in the present, right? Everything is always good now. And like when you want something, You know, if you want something, you know you have it. You know you can get it, right? When you want to use the bathroom, you don't panic and worry and concern yourself. Oh my God, like the bathroom, I hope I can go. I hope there's a bathroom. I hope it's available. Like, you don't panic. You just go. You just get up. You're like, all right, gotta go. And you just make the effort to go without concerning yourself if you will be granted the ability to go. And so I started to realize that, that's what it means when Adam eats the fruit. um he's with his partner, and his partner has decided that she wants to know more, and that she doesn't have enough, and that her eyes need to be opened, rather, which is more sufficient than what she has now. And that is the main problem. That is the introductory of sin, forever and ever, right? When you decide that what you currently have, the garden that you're living in, the peace, the power, the life that you are existing in, you decide that this isn't enough, right? And that's not to say to not want more, because just like the example I gave of seeking to relieve yourself in the bathroom, right? Like, that is a that's it's appropriate for you to say, like, right now I need to use the bathroom, and I want to use the bathroom. But the difference is when you decide that I can't have, like, I don't have it. I don't have the you decide that it's not possible, almost like the only way to do this, to have this thing that I want, is by doing something I know I shouldn't do, that I've been told not to do, and I've been warned against. The only way to have that thing is by, chasing after this high, this experience that I was constantly warned against. And so, it's important to recognize that in your life, like, what is taking you out of the present? What is taking you out of the abundance of the present? Because you always have everything you need right here. You always have everything you need right here, right now. And you should never have to sin in order to get what you want, right? Because the Bible says, ask and it shall be given to you. Knock and the door will be open unto you. So if you trust that you ask the universe for something, it will grant itself to you. It will be granted to you because you want it, and because you're a good person, and so you deserve it. And so I believe that, if Adam had asked to eat of the forbidden fruit, or had asked to eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, then he would have been granted it. And I believe that that's the case with anything. If you truly want something, you can ask for it and trust that it will be given to you. And if you start to act or believe that that's not the case, or I'm never going to have this thing, and the only way to get it is by doing something that I know I shouldn't do, my consciousness is telling me that I shouldn't do this thing, and I go against my consciousness, then you suffer for it. You pull yourself out of the Garden of Eden. You take yourself out of the stasis, the state in which you have everything, right? And you become a person of wanting. Now I want more. I want, because you're no longer in the garden, right? Now you're out of this peaceful land that has provided you with everything you've ever needed and ever wanted and ever desired. Now you're outside of that, and now you want more. Now you truly can't be happy with where you are. And so, I believe that the Garden of Eden is akin to heaven, and I believe that heaven and hell are states of mind. It's where you put yourself in your mind to say, um, I am. When you can say I am, which is God's name, Yahweh, and if you can utter that phrase, that means that you are existing in the eternal present, and you are everlasting, right? You are God manifested into this present moment. And and the God that is guiding you into the future is your consciousness, which is your future self, aiming to manifest itself in this present moment, because that's what it means to be a servant of God. That's what it means to be a that's what it means to be a God. To be an eternal being is to constantly be in cahoots with the future rather than in cahoots with the past, because the past is dead and gone. It doesn't exist anymore. What's past is prologue. And so you have to recognize that as a eternal being, it is important for you to never sacrifice your morals, never sacrifice what you believe, what is good, right? Never sacrifice good for better, ever. You never have to sacrifice good for better. You should only ever sacrifice the bad, right? What isn't working, the things that aren't working. And so that's something that I've been, meditating on and discovering and learning about, as I meditate. And I follow a really amazing philosopher, Joe Dispenza, who, if you're not familiar with his work, he has amazing books. He has a book called Becoming Supernatural and Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and and a lot of other good, or You Are the Placebo, I think, is another book. And he talks about a lot of amazing stuff. He's done so many different YouTube videos and interviews, and he has a lot of good meditations, but he constantly is talking about removing yourself from space, time, and bringing yourself into the quantum realm, which is where everything is possible, and it is the eternal present. And that is the field in which you heal, and you can truly do anything. And so as I've been meditating and doing more of that work, it's been a good challenge for me to find that ability to find myself in the present and release the worries of the past, or the guilt of the past, and my concerns for the future, and just recognize that I am the creator of my life, and I get to build and live in this reality that that I want to build. And so and that I decide is real. And so I've been just it came to me that, like, oh, this forbidden fruit, is when you're taken out of that. You're like, oh, like I need something more. I need what I like, and I'm in lack, right? It's when you recognize you're in lack, and or you believe that you're in lack, and so you're willing to do, what you're willing to do, the forbidden thing, in order to satiate that lack. And that's not good. I don't think that that's good. I think we're meant to recognize the abundance of everything that we have right now, and move towards that, and recognize we are in the garden. If you're able to watch this video, especially, you are in the garden. You know your life isn't everywhere where you want it to be, but it's getting there, and it's possible, and it's possible with the morality intact, right? And so, with that being said, y'all, I've gone 10 minutes longer than I should have, but we were on a roll, and I had to deal with these cats a little bit. But it's been really amazing talking to y'all, and you know, I want you to remember in your relationship to focus on friendship first, and recognize that the only validation that you need is within yourself, and also to make sure to always, at the end of the day, align yourself with truth, trust, and patience, and I promise you will ace your life. Peace out, y'all.